I've laid out some Cuben fiber here on some cardboard, and I've marked this 8 inches by just at 2.5 inches. I figured if I had a 4-inch strip on either side of the tarp for a total of potentially 8 inches, that would be good. I'm going to allow myself probably about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm just going to find out. I've got 10 1/4-inch strips that this is going to make. I'm only going to need 8 1/4-inch strips, but we're going to find out. Also, I just need to make sure that these don't go anywhere. Trying to use scissors on Cuben fiber was not a good idea. However, I did find that an X-Acto knife is doing the trick. So I'm going to cut through some of this and make some strips, and we'll move on to the next step. See? Kind of a clean cut. This is good news. As long as I remember to get all of the little spots. Okay, so you can see I've got the strips cut now, at least this way. I'm going to now cut straight down the center here, and then I will untape this edge. Alright, the next thing that I've done here is I've taken some yellow mason line. I've attached it up here at the top. I'm running it straight down to the corner tie out, allowing for the door to hang down. Once that's done, I've taken a tape measure, and I'm coming 2 inches from the line in to the point. I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's see, 2 inches there. Get the point. And what I'm hoping that that's going to be able to do is to give me a slight curve, not a lot, but it's enough of a curve to keep this good and tight when it's rolled up. You'll see, that's kind of going to be what it's going to look like. Now I measured the distance to be 62 inches. I divided that by 3 and I came up with closely to 20.5. I did it on the other side as well, so I came up away from the line by 2 inches, made a mark, and did the same a little further up. 20.5 inches away from 2. So I did a double stitch here, forward and back, double stitch here, forward and back. I had to tape it in place on either side with a little bit of just like some Scotch tape, so it wouldn't slide around. Tried to use a very small amount. And I'm going to trim this little piece that goes back and forth this way. And I'm going to seam seal it on both sides. And I'm going to repeat that 8 more times. No, 7 more times. I'm going to repeat that 7 more times. Got the seam sealer on. Got some sil net down on there. Wound this up like a cord to make it easier to tie. So, give this a couple hours to set. We should be alright. Okay, so you can see this ties this door back. Tied overhand knot and then a half hitch into it to get that nice and smooth. So I'll set this up out in the yard here after a while. But you can see it is now hex tarp. Probably only about 2 hours worth of work. My neighbor's playing the bagpipes. And here is my custom Cuben tarp. Finally finished with the customization. Got everything's all sealed up here. Let's see how that ended up. Nice and smooth. We now have a hexagonal tarp for the majority of the time, unless it's really pouring down rain or in the winter time, and I can close those doors off. So I'm all done. I'm rather happy with how this turned out. I rolled it up underneath, that way any rain that kind of comes down in there is less likely to channel into the roll. So I'm less likely to get mildewing inside of the roll. So this is on the inside of my homemade gathered in hammock with the stretch. You can see the trees up through there, which is so neat. Views down there by my feet. Rather than having a whole bunch of extra fabric put up to the side tie-ups. Rather nice. Well, this is Renaissance Man saying thank you very much, Stormcrow and Thorin. Really like the tarp. Thank you for all the extra materials, all of the patience, all the working with me. And I'm really glad to be able to now come out and enjoy this. So until next time. That's nice. Rather nice.